Up in here, man. Get y'all ass up in here, man, before I take this day. Before I take this day to motherfucking just chill and motherfucking relax, man. Get y'all ass up in here, man. This is the last live I'm gonna do for a little bit, man. Get y'all asses up in here. Hurry up. Hurry up so I can cuss the whole boxing world out. Now that I'm seeing things clearly, now that you know what I'm saying, after the initial loss and all of that shit. Hurry up. Get up in here. I'll wait. I got all the time in the world. I got about 25 minutes. I got about 25 minutes. Hurry up and get in here since now since my initial shell shocking, you know what I'm saying, post-traumatic stress disorder is over from me losing my money. Hurry up and get up in here. Hurry up. Hurry up. Get in here, 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 get in here. One second. One second. I want to talk about something real quick. I want to talk about something really, really quick. Just give people time. Give people a moment to get in here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Vietnam. Shout out to Mandolo and that 4 bands, though. Shout out to Mandolo and that 4 bands, though. And anybody who else put that bag, anybody else who else put that bag up and was on the winning side of it, man. Shout out to everybody who won a nice chunk of change last night because if you bet it, the odds was definitely in your favor. If you bet it, the odds were definitely in your favor. I repeat, if you bet it, the odds were definitely in your favor.
Your small business
shit.
2020.
Oh shit! I'm about to motherfucking really. I'm about to really make some. I'm about to really do some funny shit. This is how my pockets was feeling, Slim. This is my pockets was feeling last night, Slim. This is how my pockets was feeling last night, Slim. This how my pockets. This how that 500 got jerked out by my pockets last night. My pockets got jerked last night, Slim. My pockets got jerked, Slim. Because you had a bad day. I'ma sing a sad song just to turn it around. Look, call me R&B do say, look, man, I just want to tell y'all motherfuckers this. I want to tell motherfuckers to suck a whole goddamn purple. I want to tell motherfuckers suck a whole goddamn purple elephant dick, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I lose money and you don't win shit from it, when I lose money and you don't win shit from it, motherfucker, don't act like y'all. Look, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. And that's the problem with boxing. It's a lot of fucking trolls in boxing, man. We're not going to sit up here and do this and act like motherfuckers caught the dub, like motherfuckers is relishing in victories that they didn't get. Motherfuckers is relishing in bets that they didn't pick and shit like that. If you don't bet it, you're not gonna win it. I repeat, if you don't bet it, you're not gonna win it. If you don't put the money up and you don't bet it, you're not gonna win it. Period. You have to bet the money to win the money. Me, I put my money up. I put my money up. Regardless of whether I won it or I lost it, I put my motherfucking money up. And that's that, man. We took a L. But a lot of you motherfucking dick riders, we saw what the odds was. We saw what the odds was. Y'all ain't see it going like that. Y'all ain't see it going like that. A lot of y'all dick riders, man, y'all didn't see it going like that. Like, because I lost 500 don't mean you won it. If you gotta bet the money, you gotta put the bag up. You gotta put the bag up in order to get a return. Once again, you have to put the bag up in order to get a return. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers didn't bet the money. Moral victories for fighters you not fans of. Moral victories for motherfucking fighters that you didn't believe in and shit like that don't work. So don't gloat. Don't gloat. Because I'm making fun of this shit. It's over. On to the next one. On to the next one, man. On to the next one. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. On to the next one. You gotta bet the bag, bro. With everything you gotta bet the bag. Regardless. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever the outcome may be or whatever. If I lost $500 betting on that fight, I lost $500 betting on that fight. But at the end of the day, no matter what the outcome would have ever been, I still would have put the bag up. That's the difference between me and y'all motherfuckers. I put the bag up. That's the difference. I put that bag up. Win, lose, or draw, I'm always willing to put the fucking bag up. Because if I would have got the return, I didn't bet with Vegas. I bet my money in the streets. I didn't bet with Vegas. I bet my money in the streets. I don't know. I guess like I don't do fucking immoral victories, dog. And a lot of these niggas is out here doing immoral victories. That shit is lame. That shit is lame. But shout out to Oscar. Shout out to Oscar. Let's not act like niggas put the bag up. That's what we got. That's what we got to stop. We got to stop the lies, man. We got to stop the lies, man. That's what's wrong with boxing, man. Y'all got to stop the lies. Y'all got to stop the lies, man. Y'all got to stop the lies. Y'all acting like y'all put the bag up. Y'all want to put the whole win on Eddie Ray. No, so, man, don't take away from that kid, man. Yeah, that was his trainer, but that boy had to get in that ring and fight. He had to get in that ring and fight at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. At the end of the day, he had to go in there and fight. He had to go in there and put it all on the line. He had to go in there and win, period. So if you didn't bet no money, because that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. For all you motherfuckers who sit up there and gloating in this win and act like, you know what I'm saying, you having fun with me, because I'm having fun with the shit too. I really am. I'm having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. You know, the initial sting of losing fucking, you know what I'm saying, a nice chunk of money is going to affect any fucking human being. It's going to affect any money. It's going to affect any human being. But if you didn't put the money up, and you didn't invest in it, then how much belief did you truly have? Let's go there. Let's go there. If you didn't put the money up and you didn't invest in Oscar Valdez, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You could tell me, niggas could tell me anything under the sun, how they believed in him, how they thought he was going to go out there and do this. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers didn't put their money where their mouth is. And if they put their money where their mouth is, please DM me the tickets. DM me the tickets and show me the bag. Show me the bag. I know Mandolo can show me the bag. Who else can show me the bag? It's a couple other individuals can show me the bag. Shout out to all of the niggas that placed underdog bets, because that's what you placed. You placed the underdog bet and you came out on top. And for those individuals who use boxing savvy, you know, just like in the sense where I use Teofimo Lopez, shout out to you. Shout out to you. But let's not sit up here and gloat like motherfuckers put the bag up, because they didn't. Let's not act like motherfuckers made some type of Nostradamus pick, because they didn't. Let's not act like everybody was all of a sudden Team Valdez, because they were not. I just don't like the bullshit, bro. I don't, because like people act like, it's a like a moral victory for them or something like that I lost money. It's not a moral victory for you if I lose money and you didn't bet. It's not. Once again, I repeat, it's not a moral victory for you if you did if I put up the bag and I lost the bag and you didn't put up the bag. How is me losing the bag going to be a moral victory for you? Cruz Blake, salute. Man, I'm cooling, man. I just wanted to come here real quick and just talk about how people got these like how people like relish in the fact that, how people are relishing in the fact of me losing money. I don't care. Scared money don't make no money. You got to bet the bag. So maybe next time, you fucking idiots. Instead of motherfucking just not believing at all and pretending like you were believers, you gonna bet the house on it. I don't like that shit, bro, because it's like, for me, people act like I got my ass kicked or something like that. No, that's not how it works. This is my job, to tell y'all what I fucking think in all honesty and to give y'all my motherfucking opinion. And if you believe it or not, if you believe that that's what's going to go down, man, salute. If I didn't even watch the AB fight. I know somebody came to my comment section and they was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, they was asking me what I thought about Adrian Broner. I wanted to sit back and I wanted to watch the only fight I got to watch of that fight, I got to watch the Robert Easter fight. That was it. I didn't get to see what Otto Wallin did to Dominic Brazil. Did Otto Wallin knock out Dominic Brazil? Did Otto Wallin knock out Dominic Brazil? That's what I want to know, because that was the main fight I was interested in. The fact that AB wasn't showcasing, that wasn't even where my interest was. At all. My interest in what was Otto Wallin going to do, knowing that he'd been training with Vlad for so long, knowing that he was Joey Gamache, the same nigga that helped went to points. That's still a good learning experience for him. It's still a great learning experience for him, Gerard, because, we got to understand here, too. For that young kid to still go out there, you know what I'm saying, and go 12. Was it a good 12, though? Was it a good 12? Shut the fuck up. He said Brazil looked like a Pentecostal battery. But was it a good 12 rounds, though? There's one thing I know about Otto Wallin is this. And shout out to Unrivaled Boxing Talk, because he put me on game in areas of mental deficiency where I didn't know certain things about Otto Wallin before he went in the match with Tyson Fury. I knew a little bit about dude just based on the fact that, he was always sparring with Anthony. He was sparring with Anthony Joshua. He was sparring with Vladimir Klitschko. He had sparred with a couple of credible names on a consistent basis. You know what I'm saying? Sparring. That's the beauty about sparring, bro. So for all of these dudes that be talking about that they don't spar and shit like that, you need to get in there and toughen your chin up. Because Otto Wallin, man, he got Joey Gamache in his corner. The guy that gets no fucking credit for Teofimo Lopez's victory. Shout out to Senior for giving him respect. And the fact that he helped his son to that victory, because Joey Gamache is a very experienced trainer. I think it's about time that we give Joey Gamache his roses, man. Can we do that? Can we get a little quick shout out to Joey Gamache? Can we do that? Just hit me with the salute, Gerald Fields, man. I'm good, man. Look, man, like I said, man, we all suffer from a little shell shock when you lose a significant amount of money. We all suffer from a little bit of that initially, but the next day, it's back to boxing, baby. Once again, like they say all the time on fucking Top Rank, man, it's Top Rank, man. We do boxing. We do boxing over here. And that's the beauty of it, man, because regardless of what I lost or regardless of whatever my pick is, I'm going back and watch that shit again today. Because, man, we got to see knockout on top of knockout on top of knockout. We got to see Pretty Boy Kelly get ran through for playing around with his food, for fucking wasting talent. Anybody seen a Bronx Tale here? Has anybody seen A Bronx Tale? Great fucking movie. Old movie from the 90s, man. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you watch it. One of the fucking most famous quotes in A Bronx Tale is the worst thing in life is wasted talent. And that's what I see with Pretty Boy Kelly. Wasted talent. And that's the worst thing. And this dude, man, oh my God, this dude is such a talented fighter. Oh my God. Natural intangibles, he got them all. He got them all. Slick defense, I think he just need to learn how to, man, look, man, leave that Philly shell alone for a little while, dog. Leave that Philly shell alone for a little while, dog. Go back and check the technique. Check the technique. Chain with the ice, though. With the ice, though, man. Look, man, I got to do this, man. We got to give Joey Gamache his roses, man. Joey Gamache is doing great things with Otto Wallen, and he don't get the credit for what he did with Teofimo. He don't get the credit for for his hand in Teofimo, and I wish he got more credit for that. Because I hear, like, you know what I'm saying, Senior getting trainer of the year, but Senior wasn't the one really working the pads and shit like that with Joey Gamache. Senior wasn't the one that I seen in the fucking ring with him like that. I saw a whole lot of Joey Gamache. A whole lot of Joey Gamache. Man, the thing about me is, man, I don't even share my own shit, Drew. I appreciate that. I don't care if it's 5 people in here or 50. You know, it's all about the ones who, for me, it's all about the ones who are here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the ones who show up, because for me, it ain't about the ones who pop in and pop out. It's the ones who consistently show up. It's the ones that show dedication and things of that nature, man. So respect to all of you guys for being here. Two Hands had a bad night last night. Two Hands had a very bad night last night. But all in all, within me having a bad night, because this is the thing about me, I didn't bet with Vegas. I bet on the block. $500 on the block is way worse than $500 being lost to Vegas, because I gotta walk that shit and listen to all these niggas talk shit. I gotta listen to all these niggas talk shit when I go to the barbershop, man. I gotta go get my hair cut. I gotta go get my hair cut and shit this week. My hair appointment this week. And I gotta listen to all these motherfuckers talk all that shit at the barbershop, because Mad Chad salute, what's good, dog? Because I gotta listen to all my niggas at the barbershop talk this shit about, like, because a lot of where I'm from, boxing isn't the biggest thing in the world, and not a lot of people watch it. You know what I'm saying? The DMV, we're rich in boxing history, and we have, quite frankly, if not the greatest lightweight of all time, arguably, in our city, Sugar Ray Leonard. So we rich in boxing history here, but the thing about it is it's falling off because boxing is falling from grace in a lot of areas. But you know, when you have fights like last night, when you have a young individual who's at underdog status, a guy who is underweight, undervalued in every sense of the word by the masses, Y'all want to know what I mirrored? You want to know what I took from Oscar Valdez's expression last night? That shit was the same way Andy Ruiz felt. That was the same way Andy Ruiz felt right after he beat Anthony Joshua. That nigga felt like a champion. That jump up in your air, fist pumping salute. Man, I'm happy for the guy. But now, shit really starting to cook now. We starting to cook at 126 now. We starting to cook at 126 because I think I can speak for everyone here where I can say that we all found a newfound respect for the multi-weight champion, the WBO at 126, and the newfound WBC who took out a dog at 130 in Miguel Burchell. We all know that Miguel Burchell was my guy, so you already know Oscar Valdez is my guy. I'm not like these dudes. Like when Teofimo beat Loma and shit like that, I be doubting and second guessing niggas. I ain't like that. When a nigga knock off a king, you gotta treat him like a king. You gotta fucking exalt him and praise like a king. You gotta fucking give him his respect for going out there and doing king shit. And that's what he did. He weathered the sting and put that nigga in, he did that shit. He did that shit. And see, this is what I don't like about boxing fans, man. This what I don't like about boxing fans, man. Just all right, two hands in chat. You win some, you lose some. Just got to take the shit on board, fella. I've been telling loads of Albanians how good Marku is. Yeah, man, Marku, you know, hey, we all taking L's, right? Hey, salute, fish. We all taking L's, right? But that's the beauty of boxing. Even when you take a moral L, me, I took a physical L. My pockets took a hit. So that's more where my emotion goes. My emotion go to the fact that when I walk up in this motherfucking barbershop this week, where I'm at, niggas don't watch boxing like that no more, and I'm their closest heartbeat to it. So anything that I say about boxing, my word is pretty much law around here when it come to boxing shit now. Where I'm from, my word is law around here when it come to boxing. So if I say Miguel Burchell is a dog and he gonna go in there and dog him out and he don't dog him out, and I got other individuals in my neighborhood that I happen to bet with, half a bando of them things, a half a band of them things. And when you lose shit like that, yeah, I gotta deal with a lot of shit talking while I'm getting my fade. And you better not fuck my hairline up. You make too much money to be fucking my hairline. Gerard, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If you got that documented fact that you pick Oscar Valdez, I salute you. Because you know it's a lot of individuals out here that didn't pick it, that's relishing in wins that they didn't even pick. We all know Oscar Valdez was on underdog status. That's what I don't like. I don't like how people act like they, you know what I'm saying, like they rubbing it in my face like, what did I do last night? Did not right after the fight I pull up here to eat crow? I pulled up to eat crow. How many channels that pick Burchell pulled up that really, how many people can honestly say they were big fans of Burchell? Not many. Not many American channels. I think I'm the only one for real. I'm the only one that was a big Miguel Burchell fan. So really the only one that could eat crow of being a real fan is me. Because I was a fan. None of these niggas was overnight Oscar Valdez. Man, nobody was talking about, let's be serious, y'all. Wasn't nobody talking about Oscar Valdez. His name got heralded after this fight. He on this galactic shit right now. The destroyer of many worlds. He destroyed many worlds in many pockets. He sucked the life up out of mine. Hello. Destroyer of many worlds. I got a new nickname for Oscar Galactus Valdez. That's that nigga new nickname for me. And it ain't, and see, I don't take it any other way because this is the thing, brother. It's boxing. You should relish in your wins and your defeats because if anybody that should be talking shit, if anybody should be talking shit, you should be talking your shit, my guy. You should be talking your shit. You want to know why you should be talking your shit? Because you existed in a world where nobody believed you for real. Where nobody believed you. Somebody told me that he was going to knock dude out in like 6 rounds, and I said, yeah, okay. No, they didn't even tell me they was going to knock him out in 6 rounds. They told me it was going to go to the decision. I was like, yeah, okay. Okay, I believe you. You need more people. You need more people. That's what I'm saying. Don't understand why it was classed as a TKO. That was a KO plain and simple. Yeah, he got knocked out. He got sparked out. You know what I'm saying? Mickey Dub, salute. Why don't you got your wrench, Mickey Dub? There you go. You got your wrench now, doggy. You've been a long time supporter of the channel, man. You've been a long time supporter of the channel. There's no reason why you shouldn't have your wrench, man. I'm snatching a few people wrenches away, and I'm giving a couple guys wrenches because there are a couple guys that follow the channel that show more support than niggas who've been around here for a while. They want to be tiptoeing. It's like, this is where we got to draw the line in boxing. We got to draw a thin line in boxing. There ain't no moral victories in boxing. There's no moral victories in boxing. There are purely wins and losses. Wins and losses. Wins and losses. And the only moral victory that you could take away from this whole situation, if you put the bag up. This is where I'm saying. This is where I'm bothered by people's belief system. Because if you believe in Oscar Valdez the way you believed in Oscar Valdez, it didn't cost you nothing but $10 or $20. And you could have made $200, right or wrong. Right or wrong. So how much did these motherfuckers really believe in Oscar Valdez? Tough kid, yes. I thought Miguel was tougher. Miguel still showed a lot of heart. He showed a lot of toughness, and he never gave up. And he never gave up. So, wow. We get them. Sometimes we call it right, and sometimes we got it wrong. See, there was no way that I could have placed a Vegas bet on that fight, even with the 500. I think I might have made like what, $25, $50. I don't know the actual ratio. You know what I'm saying, from the negative and positives on the, you know what I'm saying, on the bet lines and shit like that, because I'm still learning that shit dealing with my brother Gun Rights Mafia. I checked out on his ass last night too. Because I felt like he was being a little delusional in his interpretation. Even though he, you know what I'm saying, me and Gun Rights both picked him to stop him early. We both picked him to stop him early. A lot of us picked him to stop him early. And that wasn't the case. He got stopped. But, you know, I credit his adversity, I credit his toughness, I credit his ability to continue to go out there and fight, and I credit him for not laying down, man. And I got a lot of respect for that dude. I got a lot of respect for him, and I got a lot of respect for you dudes. See what I'm saying? 50, you won back $170 with Valdez. So, Mad Chad, within me saying that, how many people really believed in this dude? Because with me, there's no moral victories in boxing, because none of them were fans. And all this Eddie Ray no-so school of thought, motherfuckers got to stop that shit, bro. Motherfuckers have really got to stop that shit. I credit Eddie Ray No-So for taking individuals with deficiencies, because a lot of his boxers have deficiencies and they don't operate well within the science. He takes boxers in their deficiencies, just like he did with a masterful Canelo, and he makes them great fights yesterday, Jedi. Great fights. All I can say is fucking wow. Wow, I never saw that coming. That's what boxing is made of, man. And that's the reason why I ride so hard for the sport. And I can't stand the fanboys, man. Because people coming at me like they badgering me, like I'm butthurt. Like, if you go back, if anybody was on Twitter, like Gerard, like you on Twitter, you on my Twitter. If anybody checked me out on Twitter, tell me, even when, you know what I'm saying, like I'm playing my videos and stuff like that, I'm joking at the same time and losing my money. Like the initial shot of losing my money, yeah, I was upset. But I was more upset at the fact that my guy didn't come through. You know what I'm saying? The money is just a side effect of all the, you know what I'm saying? The money is just a side effect, baby. The money is a side effect. The money is the drug. It's a drug, but the adrenaline is a bigger drug. The money is the side effect of belief. I repeat, the money is the side effect of my belief. And I bet big because my belief was big. Now, all of this badgering that I'm getting on Twitter, let's speak on these motherfucking broke motherfuckers' beliefs. How many of these people bet when all they had to do was put up a slight $20 and they could have came up like a good $120? Right or wrong? Right or wrong? You could have put up $20 and you could have came up. I put 500 up on the block, and I gotta eat that. But for all you dumb motherfuckers in your moral victories based off of my loss, you ain't hurting shit over here. It's my job to critique. It's my job to be wrong. It is my job to be wrong, but it is my job to give the most sound and honest analysis that I can. And what I put out there is what I truly felt and what I truly believed, and I didn't waver from that. I'm not gonna sit up there and say because he might look a little, you know what I'm saying, malnourished at the weigh-in, or he's suffering certain deficiencies or whatever. I'm not going to sit up there and act like, oh, I'm changing my fucking pick last minute. No, I'm riding with my guy. Ever since the beginning of the time when it come to Anthony Joshua, what did I tell y'all? After he lost to Andy Ruiz and all of these fake microwave Andy Ruiz fans overnight, just like Tyson Fury fans overnight, pop up out the woodworks, and they just think that Andy Ruiz was going to go out there and railroad him in the rematch. I kept belief in my guy. Ronald Finkley, absolutely, dog. Absolutely. Congrats to Valdez. I must say this. Burchelt is okay, y'all. Burchelt is good. The CT scan came back clear. He's good. He's absolutely good. His ego is just a little shot right now because every boxer, just like Valdez was chasing the goal, he was chasing the goal. And this is the one thing I want people to take from what Oscar Valdez said. I'm out to feed my family, and this fight is going to put me in a position to take care of my family. He's trying to take food out of my mouth, and I'm trying to take food out of his mouth. And that's what it's about. Niggas is out there trying to feed their families, man. So at the end of the day, what? I'm 1-1 in my predictions? I'm 1-1? I can deal with that. No. I'm like 4. When it comes to major fights, I'm like 5-2. 5-2. 5-2. Because a lot of the times, the people ask my opinion on who they going to win, most of the time, I bring the money back home. I bring the money back home for people most of the time. But yeah, it was a nasty KO. That was the same shot that Comey got hit with in the second round. The exact same shot. The overhand right. Blast. Like a rocket into space, man. Beat me up, Scotty. I just don't like we got a real screwy, mixed up like cesspool. We gotta really, really like clean up this cesspool in boxing, man. Like and like for real. Like, yo, I swear to God, man. I swear to God. Some females make it hard to stomach, man. Some females make it hard to stomach. Because like a lot of people would lead you to believe that they had all of this belief in Oscar Valdez. I want to know what y'all really think. What y'all really think? How many people really believed in him? Other than the fact that he's a tough son of a bitch. Boxing is definitely a truck stop toilet, and it's got all of the fucking diuretic shit in it. My thing is, when people I'm not a psychic, man. I ain't a psychic. I'm just an individual who likes to take sound analysis and put that shit forward. You know what I mean? And own that shit. The difference between me and other individuals, man, I own that shit. The beauty about that is when I go to Unrivaled channel, when I go to Jules channel, when I go to a couple individuals channel, on all of the content creators that I highly respect, them motherfuckers even came at me and they was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming. And in that regard, them the motherfuckers I respect. Them the motherfuckers that I got faith in. Y'all the motherfuckers that I got faith in. I don't have faith in the delusional boxing fans. I don't got faith in the boxing fans that act like, oh, because Two Hands lost $500. Because Two Hands lost $500. Look, here's the thing, right? Everybody that won their bag last night, whoever was in the live, what did I say to everybody that won their money last night? What did I say to everybody who won the bag last night? Real spill. What did I say to everybody who won their money last night? I had to bet it on the block, Jedi. There was no way I could have got a return unless I put up like $3,000 to $5,000 at the casino. There's no way I could have got a real return in that. So I bet my money on the block. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always there's a couple dudes in the neighborhood, and no matter what the odds are, they're gonna take the other guy because they got a whole lot of money from, let's say, allegedly felonious activities. Yeah, I like taking advantage of the drug dealers. I like taking advantage of the drug dealers. Because they the ones that's going to bet with you. Toby Bartlett, salute to you. He said, I picked Valdez. Then I changed my mind when everybody said it was going to be one-sided. That's why you got to ride with your picks, man. See, I tell individuals like this, always go whatever your first instinct is. Always go whatever your first instinct is. Everybody know that that's my boy. And even him catching the L, he's still my boy. And I still think that Berchetta's going to come back and be a champion again. I think he can be. I think he's still a game bred fighter, bro. Where Oscar Valdez came out there and fought an amazing fight. A lot of people aren't going to be able to fight that fight with him. I think this shit going to make him even more ferocious now. Because we got to remember here, the kid is only 29. He wasn't the old fighter. He wasn't the older fighter in the ring last night. We got to remember that. The kid is only 29, man. And they counted him out since the beginning. People always counted Berchelt out. So Berchelt Berchelt bet on Berchelt, and I bet on Berchelt. All I'm saying is, how many of you dudes, man, salute, respect you on the super chat, buddy. Respect from Portland, man. Hey, man, Portland, Oregon in the building, man. Shout out to them Ducks, man. Y'all got the coldest fucking jerseys of all time, dog. I wish I still had my Jordan Oregon Duck 3s, man. Them shit's worth like $1,000 now, man. plus. All I'm saying is I gave everybody they roses. Mandolo won 4 bands last night. 4 bands. I said, Mandolo, I said, well, technically you won 3,500 because you know what I'm saying? Where I lost 500, you know what I'm saying? Where I said, when you win, I win. When I lose, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying? We catch L's together. So for me, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't me losing 500. It was one of my favorite dudes. It was one of my favorite and most loyal subscribers gaining 3,500. And for that, I can never be upset. I can never be upset if my dudes get their bread because you bet the bag. And a lot of people did not bet the bag. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I got sucking eggplant. This is why I got sucking eggplant in the title. Because if you had all of this belief in Oscar Valdez, how much money did y'all broke motherfuckers have to put up to win something? Sucking eggplant. That's the way I feel about it. Because a lot of people are so disingenuous when it comes to this boxing shit, and even the ones you think that sound, they got sound like they got like that are kind of like in the middle of unbiased. Because if anybody goes back and look at the video, yeah, my prediction was off, but I didn't shit on Oscar Valdez. I just had to simply be honest with all of the things that I've been saying before, that it's just like, I just don't think the kid's gonna be able to do it. Like, I think he's just a little too green for the sting. So in that regard, I had to be like, I gotta ride with my pick. But I never took anything away from Oscar Valdez. This wasn't an assault on Oscar Valdez. I don't dislike Oscar Valdez. I don't dislike any fighter. And see, I think that's a problem with boxing. There's a level of fucking, there's a level of fucking ball stroking favoritism when one fighter comes up and he wins a fucking fight. But truth be told, just because he won that fight, how many fights at 135, how many other people at 135 do you think Valdez is beating with that style? Come on, we got to be honest here. And I'm not taking nothing away from his roses and that shit, because if he says Shakur Stevenson is the fight to make, he ain't winning that fight. We got to turn this boxing shit on his front foot. Joker's lacking on offense, though. Yeah, man. Yeah, see, like my problem was, I pointed it out. When he was cutting the ring off, the way he was exiting with a pivot and a switch, the way he was exiting out and escaping from Burchelt was strafing. He was strafing, hopping with a high guard. He was too square, hopping with a high guard. You give a nigga, you angle and give a person half of your body. You don't give them all of this. When you give a person all of this, man, he can motherfucking put a virus in your computer. Right or wrong. When you give a person square, when you're square, tell me a person can't shut down your computer, man. At Boxing Jet, I fought a masterful fight for one night. He mastered the sweet science. Absolutely. We got to call it what it was. This kid took all of the doubters. This kid took all of the naysayers. This kid took all of the doubt. This kid heard everything that was being said on Twitter. He kept his head down. He got with the right training. Well, I'm not the school of thought where I think Eddie Reynoso is the greatest fucking trainer in the world, because I don't. I think Eddie Reynoso, with a lot of his fighters, he plays it safe and he keeps them away from a lot of slick boxers. You can always look great if you fight people that, you know what I'm saying? Because stylistically, how many of these made fighters, or how many of these so-called marquee fighters are being put in there in challenging spots? That fight favored Valdez. It wasn't like Valdez didn't have, how can I put this? It wasn't like Valdez didn't have a fucking snowball chance in hell. I just didn't give him one. I didn't give him one based off what I am used to seeing out of an individual that throws 81 punches per round, out of an individual that is vicious when it comes to the body work. That's where I wasn't sold that he could have got it done. Like I said, When I'm pro one way, you got to make me a believer, and that's what boxing is about. It's about making people believers. But here's the thing, though: people got this big ass fucking hot air balloon for a fucking head, fucking bunch of fucking Joe Rock heads in the game, man. Bunch of fucking Joe Rock heads in the game, dog. People got this false sense of people got this whole shit to where it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I was rooting for this guy. Man, you was rooting for that motherfucker after you saw the knockdown. Come on, man. Let's stop this shit, bro. If you really believed in that motherfucker, why didn't you bet the easiest money to make in your fucking life? Like I thought the easiest money to make in my fucking life was against Vasily Lomachenko. And I brought the bag home in the receipt. Shout out to Gun Rights Mafia. I put the Vegas bet in. All I'm saying is, if you believe the way you truly believe, then you fucking put the bag up. Especially when the odds aren't in his favor. When a broke motherfucker can come up and a broke motherfucker can pay his rent off of somebody you so-called believed in, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. There were a lot of things that even in that fight, like, you know, what I have a problem with, I have a problem with people acting like, you know what I'm saying, this kid went out there and he had a flawless performance. He did not. He didn't have a flawless performance. He did everything he had to do, and the knockouts happen to sensationalize. Knockouts have the tendency to sensationalize, you know what I'm saying, character deficiencies when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, attributes inside the ring. Once again, knockouts have the way of motherfucking taking character deficiencies in the ring and making you easily forget about them. Knockdowns do that. Knockdowns will sit up there and you will not, because like a lot of individuals that watch boxing aren't like me, aren't like the boxing Jedis of the world, aren't like the unrivaled boxing talks of the world and everything. They're not doing fighter anatomy. They're not breaking down the fight and looking at it, even in win and loss. They're not looking at the character deficiencies, because a lot of people will look at that fight and say, flawless victory. No, flawless knockout, flawless approach, but he wasn't flawless round by round because he got hurt in that fight. Even with the dude chicken noodles, even when the dude legs went chicken noodles, because look, man, he got hit in the temple, dude. He got hit in the temple, and he tried to fight through it. But at the end of the day, bro, like, you're not there. Anthony Joshua didn't know what fucking round he got hit on the temple. James Jameson, salute, Fah Fah. Shout out to ESPN Worldwide. They put on a hell of an event. Shout out to fucking Eddie Hearn, man. He put out a hell of an event, man. Them temple shots is a some bitch, man. Like, yo, Jedi, look at what happened to Jason Velez right before that. Jason Velez was putting up a great fight against Gabriel Flores. He was. It wasn't supposed to be what people thought it was going to be. People didn't think that fight should have been competitive. But I mean, he real live grazed him. Like, you know how them old Nerf guns with the big ass missiles and styrofoam missiles on the joint. You know how the Nerf guns, when they hit the wall or something like that, how they skid off that motherfucker? How they skid off that bitch? Like, that's how that punch was to me. It wasn't nothing significant. It skid off the top of his neck, and that nigga did the chicken noodle soup. Jason Velez did the chicken noodle soup off of that. Mark Unrivaled Boxing Talk, salute, brother. I titled that shit Sucker Eggplant because, man, like, I think there's a lot of disingenuous people in the boxing world, and people showing me their true colors based off of that fight, y'all. People are showing me their true colors based off of that fight, because once again, I'm probably going to say it a million times before I get off of this motherfucker. If your belief is what your belief was, you fucking idiot. While you relishing in the money that I lose, the money that you don't make, the money that you don't go out and work for or whatever. If I'm betting $500, don't be stupid enough to think that I can't afford to lose it. You got to be a damn dummy to think that. There were a lot of telling things. There were, like, yo, last night was fucking co-main to main event. The shots mirrored one another. Co-main to main event, the only difference between Gabriel Flores, it was a right hook. The difference is between Oscar Valdez, and goddamn, man, I give that kid all his roses. I'm so happy for that kid. It was a left hook. But Valdez was a flush shot on the temple. Gabriel Flores barely grazed it. So that what tells you how fucking strong that temple shot really is. Jeff Lucetta, salute. Brody in the building. That just shows you how telling that shot really is and how much it fucking throws you off. We heard AJ fucking trying to figure out what round he was in. We saw motherfucking Jason Valeg fucking whole fucking computer shut down right in front of our fucking face. Virus, All I'm saying is, man, I just have a problem. The title is based just on the fans, man, and the consistent flip-flopping because once again, a lot of the experts and a lot of beautiful boxing minds that I was behind, man, they didn't believe that shit was going to happen. But one thing about me, I pull up to eat crow, and I enjoy it. Because that's the beauty about boxing, man. Boxing is the most underwatched fucking dramatic version of theater that human beings are ever going to get. And once again, what do I always tell y'all? It's the four corners of truth, man. It's the four corners of truth. So all I gotta say to these fake ass motherfuckers who counts another person's pockets, who's happy that another nigga like that, like they relish in me losing 500 and shit like that, like they won the bread. All I gotta say is this: if you had so much belief, why didn't you put the money up knowing it could have changed your life? If you would have bet fucking $200, you was all the way up. If you would have bet $400, you was probably up a couple K. On God and them. So I'm saying, if you had so much belief, why didn't you put your money where your mouth is like I did? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Y'all motherfuckers is Michael, not saying y'all, because a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all cool. You know what I'm saying? But the microwave fans. And I hope people didn't take away from what I was saying last night because it pissed me off. It truly pissed me off when I come back to the shit and I'm talking about it. Dog, we would have cashed in. Now imagine if I would have took that same $500 and I would have bet that shit on Valdez. Cause see, I live in Maryland. We can't gamble on fights here. We don't have a William Hill or nothing like that. I gotta send my money out to Mob. I send my money out to Gun Rights Mafia and he puts the bets in for me. Brings the money, sends the money back home. You know what I mean? Like, so I gotta do it like that. Man, we all got it wrong, man. We all got it wrong. Yo, that's why I fucks with y'all, man. That's why I fuck with y'all the long way, man, because the truth of the matter is we all got it wrong. And for the ones that got it right, all credit go to y'all. And for the ones, and this doesn't go against those who don't believe in gambling and shit like that. Because for those who just believed in the guy and don't believe in gambling, because I'm like this. Mob wanted to bet me from the time before the Green Bay, before the Saints, before we fucking had to take on the Saints in the divisional round. Mob wanted to bet me because I told him defense wins championships, and I told him that my motherfucking Buccaneers was gonna fucking beat the Saints, we were gonna beat Green Bay, and we were gonna take it to motherfucking we were going to take it to Kansas City, and I don't give a fuck how people talk about how they score points. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen Patrick Mahomes win any battle in the fucking pocket. And the battle against us was going to have to be one in the pocket. You know, he wanted to bet me, but I wouldn't bet him. Just stay with me. I'm going somewhere with this. I wouldn't bet him because I never bet against my favorite team. I don't bet against my favorite team because it's a bad omen, bro. It's a bad omen. Anytime I bet against my football team, I always lose my money. So I never bet against my football team. Now for Miguel Burchelt, I was high on Miguel Burchelt, but the thing is, I knew I couldn't win no money at Vegas, so I wanted to bring back as much money as I could on the block. So I put $500 on the street. I put $500 on the street with the bookies on the street to bring that thing back. You feel me? And unfortunately, I didn't bring it back. But that's all right. I'm living for the next bet, and the next bet, and the next bet, and the next bet. Bro, yeah, we would have definitely got paid. The biggest adrenaline rush I get is watching boxers more than any other sport. Absolutely. Mad Chad, salute. You know, like, boxing just, man, that's why I call it the four corners of truth, man, because it has a way It has a way of taking all of the motherfucking, it has a way of taking all of the hype, all of the shit talk, and doing like this. But my thing is, I don't like how people act like I got my ass kicked or something like that. I don't like how people are badgering me on Twitter, and I don't like how people came at me last night because, once again, it's my job to tell y'all what I believe I see and to be honest about it. And and for those who wasn't in the live last night, Ronald, this is what I said. I said, if you watch Tyreek Hill on average runs like a 4.24 or 4.26 40, right? And you watch a guy go out there, and if that nigga, so if you his coach, you his speed and conditioning coach, and you used to watching this guy run a 4.2 40, and he goes out there and run a 4 fucking 9, I would have to question that shit. Not saying that something was like on some Deontay Wilder delusional shit, but I watched a guy who throws 81 punches per round throw no more than 13 to 14 punches for the first several rounds before the knockout, before the knockdown. And this is a dude who people say start notoriously slow. He does not start off the fight notoriously slow. He doesn't. He waits for a person to motherfucking hit. If he gets hit with something, he's a stingy bastard. He wants to hit you back. He wants to hit you back. And once he feels like, and it's like this with Burchell. It goes from 0 to turbo. I didn't get any odds because, like I said, I bet my money on the street. Because I had no way of bringing any type of real lucrative money back in my pocket if if I didn't bet it on the street. There was no way I could have bought anything back with Vegas. Two hands in his last fight, he slowed down a lot. Oh yeah, I agree with that. But you know how when Mark, how when you used to seeing an individual perform consistently a certain way, and then you look at, you know what I'm saying, the fight he had prior to or whatever, and you look at it and you base it on the opponent and shit like that, and you just like, man, there was a lot going on. Dude was dealing with a lot. So I chalked it up to that. I wasn't going to put no COVID excuses. I wasn't going to put no bubble excuses, no gym excuses or anything like that behind it. I just thought that, the Burchell that I'm used to seeing, 29 years old, still young, still fucking ferocious in every sense of the word. I thought he was going to go out there and get it done. I just didn't think, because if you look at the size difference, if you look at the reach and all of that shit, it was extremely stifling. And one thing that, Mark, you got a beautiful boxing mind. I got to ask you this. Wasn't it fucking odd to you that he did not use the jab at mid-range? And when he wasn't using his fucking jab mid-range and try to fucking offset fucking Oscar Valdez timing with a stiff jab down the pipe, when he didn't do that, why didn't he fucking close the distance and make him climb the ladder with the hooks, man? I don't make Wilder excuses. All I'm saying is I saw a completely different individual than what I'm used to seeing. And that has a lot to do with the shot that he took in the equilibrium. But before that, if you have the size advantage, if you have the reach advantage, there's no point of you staying mid-range and strafing at mid-range if you're not going to pop the jab. I don't understand that. He didn't pop the jab at all. And then when he found fucking success, even though his equilibrium was shot once again, he didn't close the difference and make him climb the ladder with his shots. Because when he was up close, that's when he had his success. Up close and personal. He didn't have his success when he was keeping him away from him. All of his success came from being intimately in the pocket. So I was like, why didn't he continue to do that? But once again, man, sometimes you get hit with that shot. You don't even know what fucking you don't know what round you in. I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like that everybody's saying Eddie Reynoso is the fucking difference in what this kid did, because Eddie Reynoso didn't get his fat ass in the ring and fight that night, man. He didn't. And in a lot of areas where motherfucking Eddie, like what did Eddie Reynoso really get his kid? Because he didn't, And I'm not taking, and like I said, anybody that follows me on Twitter saw that I gave Eddie Reynoso his roses, and I damn sure gave Oscar Valdez his roses. But I don't like everybody acting like because Eddie Reynoso is your fucking trainer, you gonna go out there and beat everything that you get in the ring with. So because Eddie Reynoso is this trainer, we gonna sit up there and act like this dude got a chance of beating Shakur Stevenson? Is that what we doing now? Just let me know. Just let me know. Yeah, speed does kill a counterpunch, but at range, even with you, it's no different than what Joe Joyce had to do with fucking Daniel Dubois. Like, you gotta time the jab. You gotta time the jab. This dude didn't throw a fucking jab not once. That's what I'm saying. And he never attacked the body. He went straight for the head, and my thing is the body doesn't move. That's why I'm saying I think people are being a little bit disingenuous in the performance because, like I said, knockdowns and knockouts have a way of giving people and giving these fanboys a sense of delirium, man. I'm just saying, where everybody saw the most perfect performance, I didn't see that. I saw a sensational performance. I'm not going to sit up there and say he fought the perfect fight because he didn't do that. Because where he was pivoting and switching on his escape, what I saw is an individual who could have truly taken advantage of on the inside. If you're an overwhelming figure and you could clearly see how much Burchell was bigger than him, you could see the fucking reach difference, you could see the size difference. If he's beating you with the quicks of the jab, you take the jab away from him by stepping into his jab. You step into his jab, you take his jab away from him, and you make it rough and tumble on him. You make him earn it. And instead of fucking trying to meet him at mid-range, giving him space to where he can escape, you step into it and cut him off. You don't sidestep and hop and try to cut him off. He gave him too many means of escape. What I thought was pretty elementary shit that you could do. If you go back to the fucking basic fundamentals of boxing, there was no jab there. There was no jab at the mid-range. You didn't try to fucking counter. You didn't try to counter his speed and try to slow down the timing of his jab with your jab at mid-range. You didn't fucking, and if you felt like the speed was stifling, you did not meet him where he was at. And that's in the phone booth. Wilder should have stayed at his natural weight, 218. Man, this isn't even about fucking Deontay Wilder. I hate how people take fucking great performances from fucking real game-bred fighters, man, and they bring up Deontay Wilder like Deontay Wilder has any measure on what Miguel Burchelt went out there and how Miguel Burchelt lost. The difference between Miguel Burchelt and Deontay Wilder is Miguel Burchelt found success in rounds. Miguel Burchelt hurt motherfucking Oscar Valdez in spots. Deontay Wilder didn't do nothing but look like a fucking dried up piece of porpoise on the fucking beach and was just getting his ass kicked all night. Deontay Wilder was a fish out of water, flopping on the pavement. Burchelt showed a lot of heart, bro, and I hope people wouldn't take that away from him, man. I hope people would not take that away from him, and that's where I have a true disconnect with the fans in boxing. Valdez's movement, counterpunching, and speed took Burchelt out of his game. Then the switching stances was the final nail for him. See, I don't know, man. I don't know. I would just have to say, Oscar Valdez got to take advantage of all of the things that he wasn't doing. That's what boxing is about. You take advantage of all the things that he wasn't doing. There were several times in that fight Oscar Valdez was backpedaling, running on the line. So what I'm saying is, where's this fucking flawless fucking victory? It's not there. We can sensationalize the knockdowns and the knockout. We can give him all his roses in the world. But there were a lot of deficiencies in the ring that I picked up on. That if I was his trainer, I would have made him pay for it. I would have made that nigga pay for it, for real. I'm thinking about getting into training motherfucking young fighters, man, for real. Because I think I could breed a champion, man. I really think I could. For real. I think I can make somebody a champion. On God. I really do. He didn't work the body at all. You can't tell me a dude is fighting a perfect fight when he's defending like this, with his fucking face at the ground. Who are you talking to? Who are you praying to? Pick your fucking head up. You can't see shit when your head is down here. Normally when a person is down here, you see them like this. They giving you a look over here. Wasn't none of that going on. His head was down here. You don't fight like that. And if a person is going to bend over like that, you hit that nigga in the liver so hard you make him shit and piss. You make him piss himself. Period. You make him piss blood. So I'm not going to sit up here and say he did everything perfect. I'm not going to say that it was Eddie fucking Reynoso. I'm not going to do that because a lot of the things that I saw fucking Oscar Valdez do, that was Oscar Valdez, man. I like I said, man, speed kills. Speed truly kills when you're not doing anything to fucking combat it. And the number one way you fucking combat speed, if you can't fucking counter, if you can't counter the timing of the jab, if you're not gonna fucking close the distance, you gotta go to the body, man. You gotta fill the basement up with water, bro. You gotta flood the basement. Did anybody see Miguel Burchell flood the basement? For a person who goes to the body as much as he did he ever once go to flooding the basement? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't work the body at all. He didn't fucking close the distance at all. He didn't zap the range because, look, there's no way that fucking Oscar Valdez would have been able to escape. And there's no way that him switching stances and exiting out was going to look the way it did if all he would have did was give him a nice side step, give him an angle, and cut him off. He would have met him right where he was at. And I'd have been like, we here, motherfucker. I'm right here. You ain't going nowhere. And every time your motherfucking ass try to escape and switch stances, I'm sticking that shiv up in you. Jailhouse work. Jailhouse work. Jailhouse work. Sticking that shiv in. Man, I think Burchell just needs to take some time to himself. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, I haven't heard one whisper of a rematch clause or anything like that. So I just think Burchell needs to go to 135 pounds because clearly, you know what I'm saying, he was even speaking on how to weight. It was extremely tough for him to make the weight and stuff like that. But when you got a guy who's coming up from 126 pounds to 130 pounds, and I wish I would have highlighted that. I was a little disingenuous in that. I wish I would have highlighted that. If you got a guy who's coming up from 126 to 130 pounds, he ain't gonna have a problem making weight you have. That motherfucker stepping off the scale, he good. He ain't got to go rush the motherfucker and just shove 8,000 pounds of food in his gut. None of that. None of that. So, you know, Oscar Valdez looked strong in there last night, and the left hook was quick. You know, he definitely, you know, he didn't gas himself out in training, not one bit. Oscar Valdez, he went out there and he fucking performed. I'm not going to keep giving the fat dude all of the credit, though, man. Because here's the deal. Motherfuckers praise Eddie Reynoso, but Eddie Reynoso is notorious for keeping his fucking fighters away from slick counter defensive boxers, man. Period. Eddie Reynoso ain't putting his fucking fighters in the ring with a lot of boxer punches and shit like that. There's a certain line I draw where, you know what I'm saying, I give Eddie Reynoso his respect where I'm going to give a fighter a little bit more than him. That motherfucker did not throw at the body once. And here's the thing I want people to understand, right? What happened to motherfucker Manny Pacquiao when he fought Juan Manuel Marquez? Because they're pretty much kind of like the same fucking fighter. Awkward, fucking weird, untraditional angles when they're throwing their hooks, when they're throwing their fucking jabs. It comes from all types of weird angles. And the fact that they fire off so many, it's kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying, find success in the middle of it. You know, we saw motherfucking Manny Pacquiao get knocked out cold in front of the whole world. In front of the whole world. And what did he do? He came back. Manny Pacquiao got hella losses too. Man, look, when you fight the right people, you're gonna lose, man. That's a part of the game. Losses come with it, bro. And we live in an era in boxing where we all, once again, we speak of present day fighters like modern day fucking fantasy fights. It disgusts me. It disgusts me. Okay, so how many slick motherfucking boxer punches is motherfucking Canelo fought since he fought fucking Aries Landry Lara? How character deficient was Canelo when he fought Aries Landry Lara? I'm sitting here and I keep telling people this isn't something that I'm switching up on. So Monte Carlo miss me with that bullshit and stop acting like I'm acting fucking brand new. How many times have I said within the past motherfucking month that Eddie Reynoso, Canelo is a genius for opting well within his character deficiencies. He never gets fucking caught outside of where he works well within his footwork. Canelo don't have the greatest footwork. Canelo don't have motherfucking flawless movement. Canelo ain't no ballerina in the ring. Canelo's a flat-footed fighter. He's a flat-footed fighter, and he makes sure he always stays mid-range to close, so that way you can't fucking expose him. Because what was he doing against Laura? Chasing this motherfucker around the ring, trying to create a fucking illusion that Laura was running when he was just outclassing you with slick boxing. I'm sorry. This is what people tend to forget, and people aren't being real. What I'm saying is, clearly you're not hearing what the fuck I'm saying right now. And that's what pissed me off about motherfuckers who talk boxing, because y'all motherfuckers get so fucking star fucking, y'all like dizzy, like y'all staring at a brand new pair of wifey titties, man. Y'all don't be honest, dog. What I'm saying is, I take nothing away from Oscar Valdez. He did everything he's supposed to do. I gave him his roses. I crowned him king because he beat the king. But what I'm saying is this. Like, we not going to sit up there and act like Eddie Reynoso is the fucking key to all, the end all be all. It's not that. Because what do we know about boxing? You matchmake. Motherfuckers matchmaking boxing. And you're not going to send your fighter out there, especially if he's a marquee fighter or a fighter that you build in any circumstance. You're not going to send him out there and put him in the ring with somebody that's going to make him look regular. Because when Arius Landry Lara made that nigga look regular, have we seen anybody in the ring with him like that again? I'll wait. Has anybody seen motherfucking Canelo fight another Lara? I'll wait. That's why the world clamors for a fucking that's why the world clamors for Andre fight. Like me, I'm not giving motherfucking no Jamal Charlo no fucking credit to beat Canelo. Canelo beats his motherfucking ass all day, every day. Jamal Charlo gets his ass beat all day, every day, because Jamal Charlo he isn't a master tactician when it comes to his footwork. Jamal Charlo is a flat-footed fighter who likes to shoot a strong 1-2 from mid-range. He likes to stiffen you up with a very strong 1-2 from mid-range. And he showed against Sergey Derevyanchenko that he can fucking, if it's a must, he will get in there and get dirty, and he can use the uppercut. All I'm saying is, let's not act like, because the whole Mexican train of thought is you put these Mexican fighters in there with other guys that are going bang. You put brawlers, a lot of these dudes put brawlers in with brawlers, and I don't want to make it a Mexican thing, because if you footwork, because you got guys like Virgil Ortiz who have footwork. You got guys like Virgil Ortiz who have footwork. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's a Mexican deficiency or whatever. But what I'm saying is that whole, when we have two Mexican warrior shit going at it, you gonna get fireworks? Yeah, because they get punched in the fucking head. They get punched in the fucking head. You don't see footwork. You don't see slicks. And they have to fight you in the center of the ring. They got to meet you where you at. And all I'm saying is, the little bit of shit, and this is where I give Eddie Reynoso his credit. Where his fighters are weak at, he makes them master operating well within their weaknesses and not getting outside of that. He like, yo, you getting out of pocket when you going like this. You're getting out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking Valdez was last night. And I believe the 5th and 6th, I believe. Was it the 5th and 6th? Or was he still reeling a little bit in the 5th? And was it the 6th and the 7th, I believe, where he had most of his success? So all I'm saying, man, I'm not taking nothing away from dude, but I'm not sitting up here acting like when you're trying, of course, that's a byproduct of it. When the trainer wins, the fighter wins. But we have a tendency because the Eddie Reynoso is Canelo trainer, that everything that trickles down with Eddie Reynoso makes Eddie Reynoso the fucking end all be all to all of these fighters' success. It ain't that, man. These fighters got to go in there and fight, not Eddie Reynoso fat ass. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Shit. No, I'm not gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. I hear you, Jeremy. To Canelo's credit, nobody was willing to fight Lord when Canelo fought Lord, but Canelo was fighting Billy Joe Saunders. Man, come on, dog. Billy Joe Saunders ain't that. Billy Joe Saunders ain't that. There's a reason why Billy Joe Saunders been ducking Demetrius Andre like a motherfucking game of, like a game of duck hunt with the orange and gray fucking pistol, man. Come on now. Come on now. It's different. It's different. And even though Demetrius Andre might not have a motherfucking resume, we see the tendencies there. We see the slicks there. Demetrius Andre is going to make you work for it. He's going to make you earn it. And he ain't going to fall in the fucking crowd. He ain't going to fall in the crowds, and he ain't going to fall in the motherfucking the whispers of motherfucking other people talking about, meet me in the middle of the ring. Stand still. Let me punch you in the fucking face. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. Billy Joe Saunders is, man, I'm not even, man, look, Billy Joe Saunders got to Billy Joe Saunders credit, this is where I give him his credit. Billy Joe Saunders has been in there with the Andy Lees of the world. Billy Joe Saunders has been in there with the motherfucking the Andy Lees. He has been in there with the goddamn the Chris Eubanks. He has been in there you know what I'm saying? He's been in there with champions, you know what I'm saying? So I won't take that away from him because Billy Joe Saunders has a steeper resume. But when it comes down to slick counter defensive and offensive boxing, I think Demetrius Andre possesses a lot more ability there. All I'm saying is, man, I'm never going to give motherfuckers more. I'm never going to give motherfuckers more flowers. I'm never going to give a coach more flowers than the motherfucking fighter, man. I'm not going to do that because the fighter still has to go out there and perform. Now, if that motherfucker would have went out there and got steamrolled, what would y'all be saying about Eddie Reynoso and his school of thought? Nah, I didn't get to watch the fight. I was going to tune in today based on the fact that I wanted to see what happened because, more importantly, I wanted to see the Otto Wallen fight. That's the fight I wanted to see. I wanted to see how Otto and Joey Gamache was going to look together. Now, you know, where everybody give Eddie Reynoso all of this credit, I feel like, you know, people need to take the time out and give Joey Gamache way more roses right now. We saw Joey Gamache take a fighter in Otto Wallen, get in the ring with fucking Tyson Fury, and, you know, it raised eyebrows. We watched Joey Gamache, who really worked fucking way more hand in hand and what people have a tendency to believe with Teofimo Lopez, and he made him a unified fucking world champion. You know, even though we give, you know what I mean, beat me up, Scotty, all this fucking credit. What? Hold up, Mark. What you mean? Broner beat the dude? Broner lost? You think Broner lost is what you saying? Holla at me, because if that's the case, I'm about to watch that shit ASAP, brother. Wow, 9-3? 9-3 and they gave him the W? Come on, it was that bad, y'all? It was that bad for real? 9-3? Man, Chad, what'd you score the fight? Everybody who scored that fight, what'd y'all score? Who watched it? What'd y'all score? 9-3 though, Mark? For real? You had an 8-4? Okay. So both of y'all scores is like neck and neck with one another. That's exactly what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Broner is the official PBC gatekeeper. Shout out to Boxing Jedi. Ronald Finkley, what'd you score the fight? Ronald, I respect your mind too. What did you score to fight? So two individuals, I respect their mind because y'all motherfuckers keep y'all head on planet fucking Earth. You know what I'm saying? I want to know. I want to know where everybody who watched the Broner fight. I want y'all to put y'all scorecard in the chat. You had a 7-5. Okay, so still not crazy. Everybody's still close from one another. One of y'all had it 9-3. The other one had it 8-4. The other one had a 7-5. So once again, we still well within the realm of one another. It was that bad. So what was strengths and weaknesses? Strengths and weaknesses. How did Broner? What was Broner's execution like? Did he get out there? Was he fucking was he stingy with his hands to his side, doing a lot of posturing in the Philly shell? Was he not willing to commit? Was Jovan Rodriguez heavy on the front foot? What was going on? I have no idea. I didn't hear anything about this fight. I didn't even watch it. My sole focus was, when LL Akron fighting, that's my sole focus. I got to see the Robert Easter fight, and I was highly disappointed when he was talking all of that crazy shit after that fight when that shit was boring as fuck. This motherfucker Robert Easter, he's trash, man. Wow, 9-3? If you scored 9-3, I believe you, because you had a tendency, you know how we break down fights with one another, and I like to watch the fights with sound on once and twice with the sound off. Because the sound and all of that shit takes away from, what I'm looking at in the ring. Because, crowd sways is like fucking battle rap. If you scream real crazy or whatever, it has a tendency to take away from what a motherfucker's really doing. Just like in the case of Laura versus fucking Canelo. Travis Bryan, salute. Salute to the Miami Heat too. I'm actually moving down to Florida at the end of the year. I got a new position at my job. Even PBC commentators thought Broner lost. Wow. Dude, I gotta check that out, man. Dog Casual, salute. Reaper gang gang. We got the streets and everything else. Y'all go subscribe to my boy Dog Casual, man. That's another motherfucking beast in the editing room, man. He's the first official member of the Reaper gang. You know what I mean? Nobody else is officially Reaper gang. He's the only official member of the Reaper gang outside of myself. Everybody else is Reaper gang affiliated. If you fuck with me, if you subscribe to me, you're Reaper gang. But I mean, as far as content creators and shit like that, nobody else is Reaper gang other than him. Because nobody else, I haven't seen anybody else exhibit skills in the editing room, do the type of shit that I do that would make you an affiliate of the Reaper gang. Because the thing about a Reaper gang, you can't just be good at fucking just talking about boxing, because anybody can just Google shit. You can't just talk. You got to be able to talk. You got to be able to edit, and you can't back down from shit. You got to be able to chop motherfuckers. You got to be able to chop motherfuckers up. So all Reaper gang members got to be efficient in all three areas. But the most important thing, the number one thing, is efficiency in your boxing knowledge. Trending up, San Diego, trending down, Broner. See, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of a fucked up situation, yo. That's the beauty of a fucked up situation, guys. Because in a situation to where we can really see what's going on, contrary to how the fucking refs fucks us, and that's the problem with boxing. And I think once again, fucking judges play a major part in fucking delusional fans. You know what I'm saying? So, man. And you want to know what's crazy, y'all? Because, Mark, I was watching your segment when you was talking about the fight and how everybody was like, yo, I just don't believe in Broner. He's an undisciplined individual. H Money laid a great, he trailblazed a great fucking conversation when he went on Adrian Broner and the reasons why he thought Adrian Broner wasn't going to be able to get it done. H Money put down some beautiful motherfucking, he put down a beautiful fucking thesis, hypothesis, all of the above. So, and I was kind of under that school of thought. But see, like, this is the thing. I gotta treat Adrian Broner. I gave up on Adrian Broner after the fucking Jesse Vargas fight. Even though, you know what I'm saying, it was a draw or whatever, I gave up on him after that because continuously, time and time again, I got to go back to the Bronx Tale. And if anybody knows the Bronx Tale, you know the greatest fucking quote and saying in that movie. The worst thing in the world is wasted fucking talent. And that's what Broner is. Wasted talent. Imagine if Broner had the punch output of, say, in his prime, multi-division Broner. You know, when about business Broner, not about billions Broner, about business Broner. I gotta say this. When Adrian Broner was about business, not about billions, I had such fucking faith in this dude that there was no ceilings for this guy because he had it all. He had the ability, he had the gift of gab and everything. But the thing about Broner, where I give up on him, the way that I'm giving up on Pretty Boy Kelly, is the fact that you take your imagine if Broner had a punch output of, say, 70 punches or so per round. Imagine if Broner applied, technique the way that Sugar Ray Leonard applied technique, always being the smaller fighter in the division. Consider being the smaller fighter and the pretty fighter. The thing about it is, I don't think Sugar Ray Leonard gets enough credit for his mean streak, and that shit pisses me off. But that's another story. Basically, what I'm saying is, imagine if Broner in his prime, when he was about business, he had the type of punch output that would, say, stifle fucking 60 to 80 punches per round. People out here joking about how Broner got that decision. Let's be real. That young kid got robbed blind. No, it wasn't dodgy. No, it wasn't close. He outworked AB 9 rounds. They're just 9 rounds. They're destroying fighters and they're destroying fucking boxing. Go ahead and add that in there too. They're destroying fighters and they're destroying boxing. And this is why, all in all, I still am a firm believer that fucking boxing is still a fucking gangster's paradise, because look at how fucking boxing is the one place to where you'll take something away from a kid who is taking something out of his life every time he jumps into that motherfucking ring, and you'll rob him? You'll rob a person who's putting his fucking life on the line, and he goes out there and he wins the right way, and you'll fucking rob him? Come on, man. That's the one place where a motherfucker shouldn't get robbed. I don't give a fuck what you got going on behind the scenes. That's the one place in the world to where, like, yo, we can't call it the 4 corners of truth, but then we got the motherfucking 3 liars standing on the outside of the fucking ring. You feel me? Sugar Ray Leonard, hands down, my favorite fucking, if not, like, of course, there's always Ali and there's Sugar Ray Robinson, but I was a kid. I wasn't even a kid. I wasn't even in my mama. I wasn't even in my daddy nutsack when Sugar Ray Robinson was doing him. I actually got to meet Muhammad Ali. I met Muhammad Ali at LAX in 90. What was it? Who was it? It was like, I think it was either before the year that the Broncos and the Redskins was in the Super Bowl, because my cousin played in that Super Bowl that year with the Broncos, my cousin Gaston Green Jr. He was UCLA alumni. Got drafted to fucking, I believe it was St. Louis, and then went to Denver, and then he went to the Super Bowl with that team. But that year was the year that I met Muhammad Ali at LAX. Like, I was right next to my mom's side with my brother and shit, and I fucking just knew who he was. I think I was no more than like 6 to 9 years old. I'm pushing it if I say anything above 9. And I ran down on his ass, grabbed him by the fucking pants leg and said, "What's up, Mr. Ali? Can I have your autograph?" And he sat down and he talked to me and my mom for like fucking like 30 minutes straight, dog. Like the whole time we was waiting on our bags and everything, he sat there and talked to us. Muhammad Ali is one of the most down-to-earth individuals in the world. But anyway, back to what I'm saying before I get lost in the sauce. What the fuck is in my eye? I never got to watch. There's a lot of footage on Muhammad Ali that he's the greatest, and you go back and watch. There's a little bit of footage on Sugar Ray Robinson. We know the record. We know the hard work. We know what he had to fight through during the times he was fighting. But that's in a lot of areas where I would have to fucking defer to a guy like Mark, who comes from a long line of boxing historians and shit like that, to where, he knows all of these things. But Sugar Ray Leonard, I got to watch his whole imagination process. I got to watch his whole growth process. I got to sit with my grandfather and watch all of the amazing shit. Him, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran, and my favorite guy at the time, which was my favorite lightweight, fucking pretty much the 80s at the time, Pernell Whitaker. I got to I got to watch those dudes and got to watch a lot of footage of them. So, where everybody, is super high on, Muhammad Ali being, of course, the GOAT and Sugar Ray being the GOAT. It's like GOAT 1, GOAT 2, like GOAT A, GOAT B. They sit side by side next to each other in the pantheons of greatness. It's like Sugar Ray Leonard was something that I got to see, like full on and live in color, like OD on everything, moving moving. And everybody hated him for the gold medal. Everybody hated him for the, amateur pedigree and the fast track that they feel as though people put him on and shit like that. And, in the road work that Marvin Hagler had to put in. He had the harder road travel. But at the end of the day, Sugar Ray Leonard was a dog. All dog. You don't get that from these young fighters today. Imagine if these fighters actually took from what Sugar Ray did as far as his punch out foot, as far as his willingness to bang, his bolos, all of that shit. Like, imagine if these fighters had that Sugar Ray Leonard kind of mentality in School of Thought. Anything about Sugar Ray Leonard, he was smart as a fucking whip. He was like a master fucking, he was a master tactician. But Sugar Ray Leonard, that motherfucker used to do some fucked up shit, boy. He used to do some fucked up shit, but still, one of my, if not top 5, top 10, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Of all time. No debate. Definitely in my top 5. Yep, scumbags of the day. I couldn't agree with you more. Man, I'm just basically first I got on here. D, salute D. Speaking Mind Sports Talk. Subscribe if anybody isn't subscribed. Basically, what I got on here cooking on because a lot of people was badgering me and shit because I placed a $500 bet on the block with Miguel Burchell. But the thing about it is nobody really saw that coming. And I think it's a little disingenuous for like people to come at me like they relishing in the fact that I lost $500. I think that's the corniest shit in the fucking world because these motherfucking cocksuckers and some of these female fucking fight fans who don't know shit about fucking boxing, these motherfuckers be badgering and doing all this corny shit or whatever, acting like, they like relishing in the fact that I lost $500 on the fight. But here's my thing. If y'all motherfuckers believed in Oscar Valdez the way you say you believe in him, and I gave him his roses. Anybody who's on my Twitter knows that I immediately gave that kid his roses. But I was in more shock than anything. And that's where I'm going to disconnect, you know what I mean? My feeling of liking certain fighters completely away from the sport because I'm genuine in the sense to where even if I like a fighter, I'm still unbiased to where other individuals, if they're a fan of the fighter, they just jump all the way off the deep end and people felt like they wanted to take time out to attack me. The other ones that were joking with me who realized that I was joking about the shit, I was cool with that because I even put memes up and shit of Martin Lawrence after he fought Hitman Hearns and shit like that, talking about hashtag dead channel promotions, all types of shit. I just find it disingenuous that if individuals had all of this belief in Oscar Valdez, why didn't you put the money up? You could have put up $20 and won $100 fucking dollars. So I don't fucking believe you. And if it isn't fucking documented, I damn sure don't believe you. I'm not going to switch. I'm not going to switch my stances and be a flip-flopper in the game. I think we just got a lot of problems with flip-floppers in the game. So we was just talking about the shit that Oscar Valdez did, how we give him his respect for going out there and doing what he's doing. But right now we talking about Adrian Broner and the fact that Jovan Rodriguez got robbed from what I heard last night. Like Mark said, shout out Ronald Finkley. He said it was fucking 7-5. Salute to Mad Chad. Portland in the building. He said it was fucking 8-4. So there, so 3 individuals who pretty much who are pretty much connected with reality are telling the fucking kid got robbed. And it's no secret that he got robbed. So I need to go and watch that fight, man. Josh Kelly, man, hey, DAC. Josh Kelly went out and did the same shit that I'm 35. Josh Kelly went out and did the same shit that he always do. Goes out there and plays with his food and fucking Avanesian just took it to his motherfucking ass. Made it ugly, made it tumble. And see, that was another thing too, right? The Avanesian school of thought last night, I felt like that's the way A certain other individual should have won his fight last night too. You know what I mean? But once again, I'm not. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of these disconnected fans who are so busy taking their time to fucking like act like they gloating with me and like relishing the fact that me losing $500 betting on putting my money on the wood. But these motherfuckers don't bet. These motherfuckers don't have no fucking belief. These motherfuckers don't never call it straight. They can't never consistently stick with their picks and all of that stuff. I just don't like the badgering of me. You know what I'm saying? Like on the fanboy isms. Because you know how many isms we got in boxings. The fuckboy isms, the fanboy isms, the delusion, the delusional motherfuckers in boxing and stuff like that. Like I said, man, I truly believe that this is a situation that I am not the only person here that got this shit wrong. Whether it was prediction and fucking what round the knockout was, and whether it was prediction and outcome, I know that I'm not the only person who picked that shit. Yeah, Hagler fought everybody. It wasn't no ducking in that nigga blood, man. Mike from Boston, salute. Yeah, Broner is trash, man. Like I said, I just wish, like, the worst, once again, the worst thing in the world is wasted talent, man. And when you look at a guy like Adrian Broner, who wasted all of his fucking talent on the fucking antics, like, yo, getting your fucking hair brushed while you in the corner. All of that shit is cool if you focus. But see, the thing about Floyd, he might have talked a lot of shit, but he was focused. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, DHC. I need to see the slips. All of these motherfuckers that believed in Oscar Valdez, because can't nobody sit up here and tell me they believed in Oscar Valdez so much without showing me some receipts on what they bet. And see, the problem that it pisses me off more than anything, right, DHC and D, this is where it pisses me off. Mandolo pulled up in here last night. I pulled up immediately after the fight was over, and I lost a shitload of money, and I ate crow. I ate crow and I own that shit, and I got to deal with a lot of disingenuous people who didn't even call it real. I sat there for a couple hours, and I owned that shit. I owned it. But my thing is this. If you believed in Oscar Valdez, why didn't you bet on him? Because clearly the odds were in his favor, so motherfuckers gotta miss me with that shit. And if it ain't a documented fact, I don't want to hear it, because this is what I said. When Mandolo won 4 bands last night, I saluted that nigga. I said, my nigga, I'm so happy for you, dog. I'm so happy for you. I said, my nigga, if you won 4 bands, nigga, I felt like we won 4 bands. Period. Because if anybody on Reaper Gang Radio win any money, I'm happy for y'all, dog. I've never met a group of bitch ass niggas that relishes in a motherfucker losing money that they didn't bet with, dog. Who does that? That's like you shooting dice with a nigga on the block. And it's a $10,000 kitty or some shit like that. Niggas is down thousands. Niggas is down thousands on the crap table. You not gonna sit up there and gloat in this nigga face because he's liable to blow your fucking brains out. You don't do shit like that. Everybody know proper gambling etiquette, dog. Anytime that you betting money, it's an emotional experience. It's an emotional experience. Like, you don't go and fucking, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Like a couple fuck niggas on Twitter, male and females alike. You don't do that shit. Like, dog, I'm just so much realer than a lot of these motherfuckers, man. It bothers me, dog. Because even in my L, I congratulated all of those who won. Because I didn't take an L based on the fact that he lost. This is boxing. 4 corners of truth. And the truth set us free last night. I don't relish in people fucking coming at me, making light of my misfortune because I lost some bread. Money that they didn't put up, money that they didn't put in their pocket, money that they didn't fucking win, and then talking about I'm salty and all of this other stuff. Clearly, I am fine. I'm fine. I'm here with y'all right now. Timmy Nealon, you on Twitter with me all the time. You see all my posts. Was I not joking about that whole shit? And then you got goofball motherfuckers in there like, it's funny that, you know what I'm saying, like they relishing in the fact that I lost money. Like, who does that? Who does that? Who the fuck does that? Because I congratulated everybody who won something. Everybody. Play it back. It's on playback. It's on Reaper Playback Gang. Lone Man, I respect you for saying that. He said he had Burchell. Timmy had Burchell, KO and 6. I don't understand that shit. That's just cornball shit to me, man. Look, I lost heavy on Burchell too, but I won big on Avanesian. Bro, you broke the bank. What'd you bet on Avanesian? Because if you bet anything on Avanesian, yo, you won way bigger than what you could have won with I believe the odds were even bigger and fucking were even further spread apart on Avanesian than they were on Oscar Valdez and Burchell. I lost a shitload of money. Like, I didn't lose my money in no casino. I lost my money to niggas on the street. The only person that should be talking shit to me is the niggas that I bet with. Period. Nobody else should be relishing in the fact on here that I lost $500, dog. That's whack to me. That is whack to me. I don't know what type of world we live in now, dog. Like, I've really be like so done with this internet shit, dog, and I really be ready to be like, man, fuck these motherfuckers and fuck this internet shit because I'm not an internet dude, dog. That's why I don't be fucking with this shit like that, man, because you motherfuckers show you their true colors real quick, and you give niggas all the respect in the world. Andre, it take a real nigga to say shit like that. He said, yeah, I literally only bet on Valdez because of the odds, and I wasn't confident in it at all, to be honest. And that's the beauty of it. Like, how many motherfuckers who so-called believed in fucking Valdez put their money where their mouth is, and you could have fucking reeled in the Brinks truck bag like that? If you would have bet 400, motherfucker, you wouldn't be paying bills for the next 3 months. On God and them. Yeah, I thought it was a shoe-in for Burchell as well. But all of the things that we thought Burchell was going to do, because y'all know how we do it, we break down the fights. We break down the fights. We literally break down the fights. Fight fucking science 101. So when we see a lot of things that aren't being done in a fight, like, yo, for me, like, I even went as far as I had so much fun with the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like, Burchell got his ass kicked. I was more like, I reserved my opinion until I knew he was okay. Because that's the first thing. That's first things first. When I know both fighters is okay, then we can get on the bullshit. Motherfuckers didn't even give niggas that type of respect. Like, motherfuckers are so happy, like, dog, I ain't never met a group of cornball niggas so happy that I lost money. The only person that should be happy I lost motherfucking money is Johnny Boy. That should be the only person happy that I lost money. Real spill. And we know why that is. I called that fucking Josh Kelly fight. Like, I put out 2 tweets. And I said, once again, I said something like, yo, there you go again. He playing with his food. You know what I mean? Hey, salute to you, Raider. Salute to you, Raider, because you called it real. Raider the only nigga that believed in Oscar Valdez. Besides Gerard and a couple other individuals. But Raider, it's documented on here that he had Valdez. So he get on. If anybody deserves to talk shit, he could talk his shit. And Raider, I'm happy for you, my nigga. I'm happy you won your bread. You called it right. Yo, you called it right. There was just no way in 7 hells I could have saw that shit happening the way it did, bro. There was just no way in 7 hells. So like I said, I bet big on the block. I'm always going to bet big on the block. I'm always going to bet big with the bookies, dog. That's what I do. And the thing about it is, scared money don't make no money. So apparently a lot of these niggas out here that claim that they was believing in Valdez was scared money. I don't see, or it tells you exactly where they pockets is at. Because I don't see how motherfuckers can be so happy that I lost bread if you didn't bet it, but y'all had all of the belief in Valdez, but he was the underdog and you didn't bet no money and you don't got a receipt in the world to show for it. Shut the fuck up. Real spill. Real spill. Real spill. Shut the fuck up. Good shit. Good shit. Good sound bet, bro. Cause you called that shit. And I'm happy for you, my G. I'm glad you won. I'm glad you deserve, your pockets deserve to be on fucking Professor Clump right now. I repeat, Raider pockets deserve to be on Professor Clump right now. And I deserve to have the Oakland Raider fucking Chucky face. Cause my pockets got took. Niggas ran. Hey, that nigga Valdez, motherfucking ran off with all my motherfucking money with an overhand right of death, man. With an overhand right of fucking death. Wow. Even if I would have I couldn't bet with the bookies, man, because where, you know what I'm saying, normally how it work, when I place the Vegas bet on the fight, on the casinos we go to and shit like that, or if it's William Hill, most of the time it isn't predicated off of a knockdown per round. It's normally, you know what I'm saying, like the money line and shit like that. So it's a lot different. It ain't normally like, okay, you pick this fighter to win this round and you gonna fucking cash out. You know what I'm saying? It's not usually like that. It's usually, you know what I'm saying, it's usually just favored odds. Which fighter is favored? It normally lands like this. You're either going to bet an extensive amount of money to win a little bit of money on a short thing, or you're gonna bet a big amount of money and risk losing it all on what's considered to be an underdog, and you could win a lot of money. But see, there's not too many situations in boxing where you can sit up there and say the underdog has this much of a chance to cash out. I bet most of my big money, and I'm sure a lot of gamblers can probably relate to this, I bet most of my big money on the fights, on the tune-up fights. I bet a lot of money on the tune-up fights because these are the fights that you see the PBC get their foot stuck in their mouth on a lot. These are the fights to where people think their fighters are so superior in skill and in science that you find out that these dudes ain't really been in the ring with nobody, and there's just another guy that's a lot more hungry than you. And those are the motherfucking fights, and those are the fighters that normally catch an L. A lot. I ain't feeling that shit though. I don't like that cornball ass pretending like you picked it, all of that lame ass shit. Like, come on, man, messing with that bullshit, man. Motherfuckers ain't picked that shit. Like, what is that, dog? Who does that? I want everybody to get their money. You hear me? I repeat, I want everybody to get their money. Man, I put out so many tweets, man, Chad, I put out so many tweets, dog. I put out so many motherfucking tweets. Well, regardless, even you had, well, you know what I mean? I take that back. You had Burchell on the decision. Oh, yeah, that's what we was different in our opinion. You thought he was going to win by decision. I thought there was no way in seven hell that could have even happened. You know, but you know what I'm saying? You bet on a stoppage, though, so you brought the money back home. So salute to you and putting your money on the wood and bringing it back home. Anybody that backed up the Brinks truck and got some chicken out of the shit, I'm happy for you. Because you know what I'm saying? I didn't. So you know I'm happy when my niggas get it. You know, if I don't win it, I'm happy when my niggas get it. You heard? All y'all my niggas, so if y'all win money, I win money too. Yeah, that's what it was, D. He picked Burchell by decision, but see, he bet on the knockout. He bet on the fight to be, you know what I'm saying? He bet on the fight ending like 9th or 10th round, like he said or whatever. So if he put that money down, you can't refute that if a nigga got the receipts, you feel me? But what's up with all of these other motherfuckers that's relishing in niggas losing bread and they ain't never bet a fucking dime in their fucking life? You could have put up $20 and came up. That's the point I'm trying to make. And that's the point, that's the problem I have with boxing. A lot of people, it's the same Andy Ruiz, Tyson Fury fucking syndrome. As soon as a nigga fall or whatever, you put all of this stock into this fighter like he's the fucking greatest thing moving and he can't never, you know what I mean? I just don't like the fucking I don't like the weird shit, y'all. It'd be a lot of weird shit, man. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we always got to make it clear. Yeah, Tank and fucking Leo was way more fucking competitive. But see, I think me, Mark, I'm pretty sure it was D as well. Because we got a certain level of disdain with, you know what I'm saying, Tank's fucking defensive deficiencies. I think we all was like, you know, Tank ain't gonna go in there and he ain't gonna do Leo the way everybody think he gonna do Leo. after what we saw with Gamboa. And that's exactly what happened with Tank. Bet 10,000 to make $100 on Canelo. Canelo can't put 550 million on him to make 50 grand back. That shit crazy. See, I'm like the disrespectful nigga on that Van Damme movie and shit like that. I'm the type of nigga, if we got the money, I'm gonna go ahead and bet that shit on the I ain't gonna tell him, but I'm gonna bet that money on the motherfucking other guy too in the same night if we got the bag like that. Because just in case we lose, we still winning at life. I'm that type of nigga. Man, Dolo, salute. I was just talking about you too, Brody. Hey, man, Dolo. Since you here, when you won that bread last night, man, Dolo, what did I say to you? When you won that 4 bands last night, what did I tell you? Tell the people what I told you. Why everybody on fucking Twitter like relishing in the fact that I lost bread that they didn't bet or bet against me. What did I tell you? This nigga said go eat some vegan. This nigga said go eat some vegan chalupas. I knew myself that Oscar Valdez was gonna be whooping Burchell ass early. It was in my prediction. I just thought Burchell would be able to recover, take over the fight, and stop Valdez. He didn't. That's what I'm saying. Shit, and you know, like at least you honest in that. At least you honest in that because you clearly texted me right after that. You hit my DMs right after that shit and said, "Damn, bro, I didn't see that shit going like that." And what the fuck did I say? I said, "Man, I ain't that shit going like that either." I said, "I lost 500 motherfucking dollars." Facts. You see it, you hear it out the man mouth himself. He said, you said you was feeling like you was winning because I won. That's a fact. And that's how real niggas give it up. That's how real niggas give it up. I don't relish in people fucking losing money that I'm not winning. And even when, like I said, dog, come down to where I stay. I'll take you to a fucking dice game and let your motherfucking ass be in a fucking $10,000 pot or something like that. And you taking the whole motherfucking pot from these motherfucking niggas and let you sit up there and gloat up in their fucking face while these niggas is losing all their money. What you think gonna happen? Yeah, I think Burchell can still beat Tank. I think Burchell can still beat Tank because Tank, once again, what I saw against Leo Santa Cruz is the reason why I think Burchell would have a great chance. But do I think does Tank stand a better chance of winning? Yeah, but I still stand behind that. I still think Burchell still has a chance of beating Tank, and I would hope that Burchell could get back right and motherfucking Tank might fucking try to cherry pick this nigga or something. I hope to God that Tank Davis try to cherry pick this nigga, man. I wouldn't favor Tank over anybody at 130. I can't do that. I believe that Shakur Stevenson got Tank number. I think Tank still got his number, and I would give Burchell is more disciplined. Burchell stays a lot closer to the weight than Tank, and I think Tank is just completely undisciplined. Anybody see that fucking video I put up on Twitter last night of this nigga dancing in his drawers with some oversized dress shoes on? Doing some weird shit? Anybody peep that shit? That motherfucker was fat. That nigga was fat. Fat. That's what I'm saying, DHC. Look, man, I play by a different set of rules. That's why I wanted to cuss this bitch out, man. I don't care. Motherfucking, like, I ain't gonna say the bitch name, but I wanted to cuss that bitch out, for real. Because the bitch was talking mad, she was talking mad spicy in a situation where I'm losing my money. Dumbass. It's like, yo, come, like, yo, Be in front of any nigga that's losing a shitload of money and motherfucking be gloating in his motherfucking face. You ain't walking up out of there with that shit. You damn sure ain't walking up out of there with my shit, cause I'ma yap your shit. I'ma yap your shit. All that money going up in the air. Every motherfucker, everybody that's motherfucking around that joint that's struggling is gonna grab up every motherfucking dollar that I didn't motherfucking lift up off your motherfucking ass. Every nigga around gonna grab every dollar that I didn't lift up off your motherfucking ass. Cause ain't no nigga gonna sit up in my face. You don't do that, dog. You don't motherfucking gloat in people's face that lose money, especially when you don't take part in winning it, especially if it ain't a friendly bet amongst you and the other individual or whatever, and y'all betting y'all money. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't motherfucking like, yo, you don't be like, yo, I ain't never met a bunch of motherfucking greasy. I ain't never met more motherfucking greasy, fucking slime ball, fucking motherfucking nut hugging cocksuckers than I ever met in this boxing world. And a lot of these motherfuckers is a lot of microwave fans, dog. They're a lot of microwave fans. Motherfuckers have no loyalty, have no integrity whatsoever. You never motherfucking sit up there and fucking gloat in the faces of those who motherfucking they pockets take a L. It ain't even about, and like, yo, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever. I'm already over it. I'm already over it. I'm bringing that shit right back. I'm bringing that shit right back on the next one. That's the thing. Scared money don't make no money. Scared money don't make no money. You ever motherfucker, you ever, I like the thought. PSA, public service announcement, gloating two hands face like that and motherfucking, like, say if I'm like when all of this pandemic and shit clear up when I'm in Vegas and I'm really at the fights betting and shit like that, or I'm at the table gambling or something like that. Gloat in my face like that if you want to. I'm knocking your motherfucking stupid ass out. On guard. I will knock you the fuck out. And I will run up in your motherfucking pockets and then you'll see what it's like to go home butt ass naked with your motherfucking jaw broke, swinging from a goddamn swing set like a tire from a fucking tree. Your motherfucking jaw gonna be swinging like a fucking tree tire. Cause I'm gonna knock you the fuck out and I'm running your pockets. On guard in them, allegedly. Allegedly, I'm gonna run your fucking shit. And my niggas gonna run your shit too. You gotta feed the wolves. And when you do shit like that, you clearly wanna feed the wolves. Call me petty, no, just call me real. We don't play that. We don't play that around here. Oh, yeah. Mark, we definitely gonna hit some fights up. We definitely gonna hit some fights up for sure. He looked fat. Before the fight, leading up to the fight, and during the fight. He looked fat. Him and Tank Davis using the same motherfucking nutritionist. Lil Debbie. 10% crew, salute. All I'm saying is, it's not like, yo, that's why I just put sucker fucking eggplant in the title. Because it's not even about the fact that Burchelt lost. I don't fucking care that Burchelt lost at all. I don't care that Burchelt lost because the difference between me and other individuals, just like fucking when Teofimo beat Loma, I put Teofimo in the exact position that motherfucking Lomachenko was in. But the only thing that differentiates in that situation is I always believed Devin Haney would beat Teofimo. I've always believed that. So that's where, you know what I'm saying, the buck stops there. But I put him everywhere he's supposed to be based on the Lomachenko video. I put Oscar Valdez where Burchelt is because he beat the fucking little monster. He beat the little fucking monster. He beat him. So I got to give him all the respect in the world. What I will not do is listen to some fucking cowards motherfucking badger me or fucking chastise me within fucking 24 hours that I lost money, like, like, oh man, fuck out of here. Do that shit when I'm motherfucking gambling at a fight. Do that shit when I'm gambling anywhere. I'ma knock your motherfucking ass the fuck out. And I'm taking your shit. Whether you bet it or you didn't bet it. I'm taking your shit. Feed the wolves. Absolutely. Burchell will bounce back. Like I said, man, everybody has an off night at the office, and the real ones aren't going to sit up there and express the reasons why they were off. They're not going to make any excuses. They just going to get back to it. We got to understand boxing is a fucking very taxing practice before the fight, and the problem is it's taxing before the fight with all of the fucking weight cutting and everything, and it's taxing during the fight, and even more so after the fight. You know what I mean? Like, you got situations like Tim Bradley, once again, when he fought Ruslan Provodnikov, he fucking just continued to fight his way through it. He didn't quit. He got the upper hand in the situation, won the fight. But that motherfucker couldn't talk straight for a whole fucking month after that fight. A whole month. Because he took that type of punishment, refusing to go down. Just saying. We just not going to do that, man. One thing, two hands is not. I ain't never been no hater, dog. I ain't never been no hater, and I've never been disconnected from reality to the point to where it's just like, oh, that motherfucker he didn't do this. Oh, fucking, he drank that. Oh, motherfucking Clembo. Clembo, nigga, Clembo. Nah, I ain't doing that. Not doing that. I'm not going to make no excuses for a guy. He shouldn't be. He's in because because I can't make excuses for an individual in the fight game. If you have an off night, you have an off night. You know what you got to do to prove everybody different. You got to come back and get it back. That's it. That's it. Because only him and God know what the fuck was going on with him. Once again, I'll repeat, only him and God and maybe his motherfucking girl know what the fuck was going on with him that night. And I'm not saying anything was going on with him that night. I'm just saying, in the law of averages, mathematics must be factored in. All I'm saying is, if I'm used to a nigga running a 4.240 and a nigga go out that joint and run a 4.9, I'm looking at a nigga funny. But I'm not taking nothing away from the other individual, and I'm not making no excuses for him. Oscar Valdez is that nigga. He's that nigga. He's a multi-divisional champion, WBO champion at 126, WBC champion at 130. Now I'm really looking at the moves that Oscar Valdez is gonna make after that. If he really motherfucking lives up to his word and fights Shakur Stevenson and don't motherfucking and Shakur Stevenson don't gotta fucking jump another weight class and niggas not gonna fight him or whatever again, he really gonna get my respect then. And how he performs, win or lose, this kid's got my respect, man. He a tough little son of a bitch with a wicked little left hand. And he knows how to hit you right on that motherfucking sweet spot with that bitch and make your legs go chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. Them PBC niggas is fat, man. That's a fact, Mark. You don't chastise nobody to lose their money, man. Mark said that motherfucker ran a 6'2". Yeah, he definitely ran a 6'2". I got my AB picked correctly, but I know Santiago won more aggressive in my opinion. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody, and even you on agreeing with that, even though you got your money back, like, I bet you kind of even feel like you robbed the house a little bit because it ain't your fault they motherfucking got the decision, but you know what I'm saying, real empathetic, you know what I'm saying, sympathetic individuals and shit like that, they'll look at a situation where you know a kid got robbed, where it's like, damn, I made my money even though the fuck it wasn't right, you know what I'm saying? I made my money, man. But shout out to the kid, though. Shout out to the kid, man. I hate motherfuckers that get robbed, man, by judges, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying, you got to take it out the judge's hands. You got to take it out the judge's hand. But in boxing, man, that's not realistic because if you are at the top of the top, if you are upper echelon, most of the time the greatest fighters are going to take that shit to decision in an all-out war. In an all-out war. I don't care if it's a dude I got roses for or who I got bullets for. Why you here? I want you to get bread. That's what I'm saying. And that's my problem with that shit on Twitter. I'm like, how the fuck could you sit up there and talk greasy to a nigga because, like how could you be happy for some money that you didn't put in your pocket? Running a 4.2 means in a 40-yard dash. You got a 40-yard dash. A 40 time is considered, you know what I'm saying? A 4.2 is 4.2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like 4 seconds and 2/10 of it. So if a nigga runs a 4.240, that's considered extremely fast. I'm talking about you are Olympic, you're a track and field quick. You know what I mean? So what I mean by saying if a runner or a football player is used to running a 4.2 and they go out there and run a fucking a 5 second fucking 40 is something that a defensive tackle wouldn't even run. Defensive tackles run fucking better than run better than 5 second flat. That's what I'm saying. I question a motherfucker who normally used to running a 4.2 and they run a 5 or some shit like that. Because but I can't. I would never make excuses. You got to give a nigga his roses, man. He did what he was supposed to do, man, and he did that shit in an extremely satisfactory way. Yeah, that's Tyreek Hill speed. 4.240 is Tyreek Hill speed. Bo Jackson ran a 4.19. When I played football, I ran a 4.40. Never was a 4.3. My cousin was a 4.3 speed guy. I wasn't never a 4.3 speed guy. I run a 4.40, but that's still fast though. That's still fast. Don't get it fucked up. If you think you're gonna outrun me or run away with my money, I'm gonna chase you. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you, and I'm gonna beat that ass. Allegedly, I'm gonna beat that ass. Like, man, we gotta change this motherfucking microwave culture, man. I don't know how to do it though, man. I just don't. I don't know how we can change this microwave culture with people when they fucking like they awkward belief systems, what they fucking see going on and shit like that, man. Like, I just don't like. I swear I hate boxing fans, cause they not fans of boxing for real. That's what bothered me, man. Yeah, man. Bo Jackson was a freak of nature, man. And the only reason Bo Jackson don't get his roses like that because he was splitting in between two sports. He was being sensational at baseball and he was being sensational at fucking football at the same damn time. Dolo said, shit, play with my money. Shit, mess with my money and I'll put track stars to shame chasing you. Motherfucking right. Shit, hey, if a nigga motherfucking run off of my money and I already run a 4.40, you best believe that I'm going to run like a 4.36 that day. Ain't too many people out here that run a 4.4 for real. Like that's used that's secondary cornerback speed. That's Division 1 linebacker speed. That's starting linebacker speed. That's Division 1 safety speed. When you got a safety running anything under a 4.4, that motherfucker is an exception he's an exception. He's an exceptional explosive figure. A 4.4 is extremely fast. 480, 270 pounds is not a bad 40 time. 480, 270 pounds isn't a bad 40 time because there ain't too many individuals at 4'8", that at 6'7", that you know what I'm saying, 270 pounds, I mean, can run a 4'8" speed. Like, shit, Warren Sapp, that motherfucker ran like a 4.5 or a 4.4 for us when he played with, you know what I'm saying, for my first Super Bowl ring squad. When Warren Sapp, our defensive tackle, he used to be the third fastest guy on our football team. He was a 300 plus pound guy running like a 4.5, 4.6. That's freaking nature shit. Don Terry Poe, that got drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs. That motherfucker ran a 4.5 40 at like 330 pounds. That's not normal. That's far from fucking normal. Like, that's not normal. That's like God given. This nigga's a freak of fucking nature. Yo, don't talk no shit to this guy. Don't say nothing crazy to him. This motherfucker will kill you. He will all the way kill you. But nah, 4'8" 270 pound guy is actually a pretty good 40 time. Anything under 5 seconds and you fucking 270 pound plus is a good 40 pound. Is a good 40 time. But you gotta think, Rob Gronkowski runs like a 4.7. Shit, I think like OJ Howard runs like a 4.5 at the tight end position. There's not too many tight ends because tight ends usually vary from around 250 anywhere between 235, I'd say around 240 to about an average around 260 pounds. And I'd say a top fucking tight end would be running anywhere between like a freak of nature tight end. He's running a fucking 4 something, a 4.4. Fucking freaking nature tight ends running a 4.5, but normally around like 4.5 to a 4.7, 4.8 is normal. That's freaking nature speed right there, Mark. That's freaking nature speed, because you got to understand, because your 40 time ain't all about, you know what I'm saying, your speed in stride. It's also about how you start too. So to be able to put that time down, you got to be able to launch you got to be able to launch exceptionally great out of the box. So you know what I'm saying? So all of that plays into your 40 time. A lot of the time they're gonna they're gonna put you on parachutes and shit and have you constantly launching and stuff, preparing for the 40 time and shit like that. If you running those type of times at that fucking size, like, yeah, everybody, like, yo, they don't give a fuck about how uncoordinated you are. They don't care about certain areas of deficiency you have when it comes to the fucking sport. They're like, yo, we could take this big motherfucker and we can plug him in somewhere and we can figure out what to do with him. If we can fucking mold this speed and this size and put that shit together, he's gonna be a freak of nature. But yeah, man, I've been on here for 2 hours, man. That's it, man. That's the reason why I have sucker eggplant in the fucking title. You know, I just don't think, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I just never been one of them dudes. I ain't never been a hater. I ain't never gonna relish in nobody losing no money or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about like, yo, if y'all win, I win. If I win, we win. You know what I'm saying? If I fucking fall, I fall, you know what I'm saying? I fall. You know what I'm saying? If I lose my bread, I lose my bread. But if you ain't motherfucking bet against me, don't fucking talk crazy. Just don't fucking do that. Cause like, yo, you should never be happy if anybody loses motherfucking money. You should only motherfucking be, we gotta stop all this hating shit, bruh. It's a lot of motherfucking undercover haters out here, and it's a lot of flip-floppers in boxing. And I think more and more, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna continue to do lives and curve these theories, man, and really talk about these poisonous fans, man, and for real, and talk about like, yo, what the fuck is it, man? Look, man, I'm about to clean up my own fucking community. I'm about to start snatching wrenches. I'm about to start putting niggas on the sideline. I'm gonna make motherfuckers, cause for real, my first year in this motherfucker, I didn't give nobody a wrench for a whole fucking year. I made niggas earn their wrenches. You know what I'm saying? By loyalty. By loyalty. I'm not motherfucker. I'm about to go back to all of the ones I knew from the beginning, and I'm about to start motherfucking detracting wrenches. I know who's loyal and I know who's not. I know who's flip-flopping and I know who's not. I know who's keeping it real with themselves and I know who's not. And that's more important to me than having a bunch of fake motherfucking moderators. You know what I'm saying? The moderators that I chose them for a reason. I chose them based off of loyalty. I didn't choose them to block nobody. I wanted to make sure that y'all knew that y'all was special to me in the sense to where it's like, y'all, I look at y'all motherfuckers different than the other subscribers. They ain't on that level y'all at. They don't garner that same respect. But when it come down to it, I always motherfucking like, y'all motherfuckers be surprised how much I know, how much I remember about the shit that y'all tell me, how much I know about the shit that y'all tell me, and how much I know about y'all from information that we've divulged with one another. You know what I'm saying? And I make sure that I show all of my team love, man. I show all of my team love. Shout out to the whole Reaper Playback gang. I show everybody love, man. All I'm saying is, man, it's not hard. It's not hard to show a person love, and if you can't, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. As simple as that. And then for all of those individuals who question why since day one, why I've always said it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind, it's shit like this is the reason why I say it. That's why, because it's a whole bunch of fake motherfuckers out here, man. Just fake, man. Fake. My wrenches is exceptions to the fucking rule. And like, yo, if any one of y'all, that goes for Mandolo, that goes for DHC, especially DHC, Raider, Smoke, Timmy Nealon, fucking Ronald Finkley, Unrivaled, any one of these individuals tell me like, yo, this nigga shifty, snatch his wrench, two hands. We snatching niggas wrenches. From now on, if y'all tell me these niggas is agents of chaos, if y'all tell me these motherfuckers rocking with poisonous fucking channels, we snatching they wrenches. Period. Period. Because I'd rather stand with a strong few than a weak bunch. You feel what I'm saying? Once again, I'd rather stand with a strong few than a weak bunch, man. Because there's only a few good men out here, obviously. As always, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Once again, shout out to the Reaper Playback Gang and shout out to the whole Reaper gang. It's Deuce, baby. I'm out.